Alice Shapiro. Alice Shapiro is an artist, an award-winning artist. We were just talking before we got started here about all of her accolades and some very impressive recent ones. And she's in North Carolina, and she is a digital boomer, right? Is that right? I'm a digital Gen Xer.
Uh, yes,
um,
youngster.
But you're having some success in the digital space with your art business. And I wanted to have a conversation about that because we want people to understand through these conversations that it is not only possible, but you can thrive by doing this and actually have a good time doing it. Your business is what? Tell us about your art business.
Well, I'm actually a multimedia artist focusing on experimental art videos for streaming to download and watch anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, that's a terrific summary of what it is you do. And you're promoting through digital platforms, right? I know you're on LinkedIn because that's where we met. And you're fairly active on there. And we've recently been having a few meetings, setting up some things on YouTube as well. And your YouTube channel is going really well, isn't it?
It is. And I appreciate all the expert assistance that you've been giving me in the mentorship program that we're in. And it seems to be consolidating the things that I want to do with the knowledge and understanding of how YouTube as a system works.
People like us with a little bit of gray hair tend to shy away from doing things in the digital space. And there's such a tremendous opportunity by embracing it. What was it for you that made you decide, you know what, I'm going to get involved in this and I'm going to pursue it and I'm going to learn it and I'm going to make the most of it?
Uh, I believe it's probably inherent in my creative nature to explore. So in 2019, which was before the pandemic, I was in a rural setting where I had the opportunity to explore art from a digital perspective. And I began with Canva, which is a marketing platform that people use to create flyers and business um, materials to promote their business. But I sort of found through experiment that I could make art out of it. And so I began creating the art digitally and sometimes incorporating my physical art into the process. And that just opened up a lot of worlds for me creatively. And so I kept doing it.
I really am curious, what kind of advice would you have for somebody else who is a little bit intimidated by getting involved on LinkedIn or on YouTube to promote a business or even just to do something for fun or as a side hustle or whatever it might be? What would you tell people, having had the experience that you've had now, about how to get started?
I would tell people to um, believe in themselves first, and enjoy the process, but find the technical systems that work best for them, the simple um, platforms which they can manipulate easily. If I when I was starting Photoshop, and that level of creativity was way above my head, I didn't want to spend the time on the learning curve. So I just happened to fall into Canva, which I then converted into creating my artwork. And I still use that. And you can push the boundaries of something simple easier than trying to learn a very complicated system and adapt it to what you want to do.
Did it seem complicated at the start for you?
Um, Most of the technology was, although I was in the corporate world, and so I had access to making documents and uh, PDFs on technology. So I had that kind of a background. And so if someone doesn't have any knowledge at all of technology, then I think they might have a more difficult path. But if you've got a basic kind of foundation, then find that easy sweet spot for you and work the hell out of it.
Yeah, yeah. And Canva is something I use a lot too, by the way. And
Canva has been expanding their offerings tremendously. So it's almost like a one-stop shop. You can, instead of having to import imagery or videos from other sources, and even audio, which I discovered while we were in session, it makes it so much easier to have creative control if everything is in one place. So
yeah,
Canva's great.
yeah, it's tremendous. I started just using it for YouTube thumbnails, and the
Mm.
platform has since expanded so much. You can edit videos on the platform now, you can make all kinds of interesting graphics, and it is quite intuitive, even though I think
Yeah,
it may seem a bit daunting when you first open the homepage of Canva because it has so much functionality. But once you get playing with it, it
yeah,
actually,
it's
to me,
fun.
yeah, it is fun. It is. It's totally fun. And it
Mhm.
just gets easier as you go, just like it, well, like learning anything new, right? Your YouTube channel is what?
Is the Cine Arts
Perfect. We'll
at.
drop at. Yes, that's right. Because YouTube now uses the at symbol, like a lot of the other platforms have been doing for some time. We'll drop the link to that in the description below, and I'll drop the link to your LinkedIn profile as well, because you're active on that platform too. And hopefully people will check out your channel. I appreciate you doing this, Alice.
Great. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate you a lot.
I appreciate that.
And your
Thank you.
course is fantastic. Everyone should hire you.
Thank you so much.